Now let's see an example of the Pareto chart. As you can see, this is the final product of the Pareto chart example. However, we will start everything from the very beginning, so don't worry about this. Now we need to open a new tab here, so we'll start everything from the beginning. Okay, so now let's ask, okay, what do we have so far? We have a list of 7 courses. It has been generated by the nursing team from a previous brainstorming session. They have agreed on an end list of 7 courses. The nursing manager needs to choose 2 to 3 courses out of these 7 courses. So there must be a specific criterion to arrange these courses based on it, so that it will be easy for the nursing manager or anybody else to choose from this list. Okay, now we have a list of 7 courses, so let's take it, copy and insert it here. Okay, let's arrange this. Okay, so now we have the list of courses. Now the nursing manager decided to use a subjective criterion for arranging these courses. She decided to use nursing voting as a basis for decision. So she asked 60 nurses in the hospital to vote for the courses. However, every nurse is allowed only to vote for 3 courses. So every nurse votes for 3 courses only. So we are expecting the total number of votes to be 180. It's very easy. It's 60 nurses by 3 votes for every one of them. So the total number is 180 votes. Okay, so now we have a list of courses and we have number of votes for the courses. So let's get it from here, number of votes, copy, and we will add it to our sheet here. Okay, so now let's start with the first one, the evidence-based practice for nurses. 18 votes. This means that 18 nurses out of 60 have voted for this course. 22 nurses have voted for air management, and so on. To make sure that everything is correct here, let's sum up all the votes here. It's 180. So it's okay. Now so far, okay, we have all the data needed for Excel sheet to automatically generate a Pareto chart for us. How to do this? We just highlight the 2 columns, a list of courses and the number of votes. Go to the insert tab, recommended charts. Here the Excel sheet, as you see, suggests some charts for us. So we'll just go to the last one, Pareto chart, and choose it, and okay. That's it. Everything is fine. The Excel sheet has automatically generated it for us. However, I will delete this because we need to add further 2 steps before explaining the chart itself, so that you will understand how does the Excel sheet do it for us. So now let's add another column here. We'll call it %. Under this column, we need to manually calculate the percentage of each course out of the 180 votes. So here for the first one, we'll put the equal sign. We need this number of votes divided by 180. It's a fixed number to us. So enter, and we will convert this into a percentage instead of a decimal. Okay, so now let's repeat this with all other options. We'll just drag the right lower corner of the first cell, and that's it. Let's assure ourselves that the calculation are fine. Enter, and that's it, 100%. Okay, so let's make it the same format again. Okay, so now we have a percentage. This is for the first course, evidence-based practice for nurses. 10% means that this course vote represents 10% out of the 7 courses, 12% for the airway management, and so on. Now let's add another column. We'll call it cumulative percent. Under the cumulative percent, we will calculate the sum up of every percentage along with all the previous percentages. How to do this? So we will, for the first one, we will add this one to the previous one. There is no previous ones to it, so we will add other cells. So as you can see, at the last course, domestic violence support, the percentage of the course itself is 9%. It's 9% out of 180. However, at the end of the courses, at the last course, we have 100% cumulative percentage because we have added the percentage of the last course to all the previous percentages. So this is the total sum of the percentage of all the courses. Let's have the same format for it. Now let's go back and ask the Excel sheet to generate the Pareto chart to us. As said, we will just highlight the 2 columns, list of courses and number of votes, and that's it. No need for other percentages. The Excel sheet will do them itself. However, we only need these 2 columns. We'll go to the Insert tab, Recommended Charts. Now we will choose from the suggested charts by Excel. We will choose the Pareto chart, okay, and that's it. So now we have our chart here. Okay, we will just, you can change the title if you like. We'll write it Pareto chart. Okay, now now before going ahead and explaining the Pareto chart itself, let's do some experiments on the table so that you will understand better how does Pareto chart works. First of all, let's delete this data for now just to save some space. Okay, now let's use the same list of courses and the cumulative percent column, and we'll insert a chart for them to show us the cumulative percentage in graphical. Let's see what do we have here. As you can see, let's first, for the percentage, let's make it the maximum 1, so you will see the percentage clearer. As you can see now, here on the left, we have the percentage with maximum 100%. Here we have the cumulative percentage for each course. So as you can see, for the first one, evidence-based practice for nurses, it's 10%. Here we can just add labels, add data labels, so that it will be more clear to us. So here it's comparable to the cumulative percent column, 10%, 22%, 48%, 63, 68, 91 and 100%. So as you can see, for the second course, for example, the 22%, this bar represents the addition of percentage of the first two courses. This bar represents the percentage or the addition of the percentage of the first three courses, and so on, until we reach to the seventh bar, which represents the added percentage of all the 7 courses. Let's go to the chart itself, and we will just ask Excel sheet to change the type of the chart itself to align chart to this form. Let's see what do we have here. As you can see, let's have a look on both charts now. Here, this is a Pareto chart on the right. As you can see, these are the columns representing the 7 courses. On the left, as you can see, we have a line graph of the cumulative percentage of the 7 courses. What could you observe? As you can see, the line here on the left is very similar to the line on the right. This is what we call the Pareto line. So now the idea of the Pareto chart is very simple. The chart itself, or the drawing of the Pareto line, depends upon the cumulative percentage of the items we have. So as you can see here, this is the first point regarding the first course. The second point on the line represents the cumulative percentage of the first 2 courses. The third point on the line represents the addition of the 3 percentage of the first 3 courses, and so on until we reach up to the 7th course, which its cumulative percentage represents 100%. So now as you can see, the Pareto line itself makes things more clear to us, so it will be easier for anyone to take decisions based on numbers. Let's say for example that budget is limited regarding training, and the nursing manager would like to decide now what or how many courses to choose. So she can easily spot that if she chooses only the first course, evidence-based practice for nurses, this represents around 10% of the votes. If she adds another course, this will cover 22%. If she adds a third one, this will cover 48%. So let's say she still has a budget to cover a fourth one. This means that she will cover around 63% out of votes or the support for the courses. However, if she will add the fifth course, it will add only 5% more. So it will not add much value. So this line, Pareto chart or Pareto line, helps us in making our decisions based on numbers.